Miss Rachelle Wilson.
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you. So I didn't think this through that stranded is sort of a traumatic topic, and a lot of the stories I'm like, wow, I would have been like that would have traumatized me a little bit. Like they're all a little, not all of them, but a lot of them are kind of, you're in risky situations and you feel abandoned sometimes. And the irony of me choosing stranded is I actually have a fear of being stranded. This probably dates back, I don't know, maybe when I was 7 and my father left me in a burning house. That's probably the moment that fear became a reality for me. But so the story of that case was dryer fire. We had a extinguisher. My dad kept putting it out and it just kept coming back. And I'm in the basement like watching this go down, and then the fire kind of gets a little too big and he just dumps the extinguisher and bolts up the stairs, and the fire's like right behind him, and I'm just standing there staring at these flames like, holy shit, I'm in a burning house and I'm a kid and I'm gonna die. and then I remembered we had a back door. So I saved myself that day, and I've been saving myself ever since. So this last story, of course, takes place in Morocco. Because, I have to start every sentence with in Morocco. But this last story, it was actually my birthday. I was turning 26. And Peace Corps volunteers, like I mentioned earlier, were kind of all isolated across the country in these tiny villages where no one speaks English. And so we love any excuse to get together. So anytime there's like any kind of anything, someone's like, hey, I'm not sick and vomiting today. Does anyone want to hang out? And like someone will to travel 5 hours across the country just to like chill out and watch Netflix or something. So I was turning 26, and my village was relatively close to these waterfalls called Ozud Falls, and it was the other direction, not the Marrakesh way, but the other way. And so I had a total of 12, including myself, people rendezvous at my village, and we were all going to trek to these waterfalls together. 2 of these folks are Moroccan, 2 friends of ours that were really involved with helping train language training for Peace Corps were there with us, and then 10 Americans. And so we have to journey to Ozud from my village, Sidi Rahal. Now before I finish this story, I want to teach y'all a few words in Arabic. Y'all down for that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So 2 words, they're not difficult. So the first word is 1 syllable. I want everyone to say la.
La.
Again, la. La. Beautiful, isn't that pretty? Guess what it means? No. It means no. So, no. Say, hey, do you guys want to, eat this weird thing? What do you say?
La.
Perfect, beautiful. Okay, so the next word we're going to learn is 3 syllables. Sahabi. Sahabi. Try it.
Sahabi.
Perfect. A little faster is sahabi.
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 That means my friend. It actually means he is my friend because the words are gender. So he is my friend. So how do you say he is my friend?
Sahabi.
Beautiful, I love it. Okay, so those 2 words come into play later, so don't forget them. So we're traveling to Ozud, where the waterfalls are. But of course, like I already explained, there's no such thing as a direct, easy route anywhere in Morocco. So we start by hitching a tour bus from my village to a village kind of in between called Demanat. So we get to Demanat, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, there we are. So we're in Demanat, and we go to the taxi stand, and taxi drivers are so clever. They see a bunch of Americans, and immediately they're quadrupling prices in their heads, right? So we try to we send our Moroccan friends to go get the taxis, but they spotted us the minute we were in that village, and everyone knew we were there, So taxi drivers are all tripling, quadrupling the price, and our Moroccan friends are trying to haggle. It's not working. So our Moroccan friends come back and say, no, fuck those guys. We're not taking those taxi drivers. Let's go find something. So that we'll find something else. Y'all hang out here at the cafe. We'll be back. So next thing I know, they're like, come on, we're gonna walk over here. So we kind of walk to the edge of town, and I should have known we were about to do something illegal, but I didn't care, whatever. So we get in this little sketchy van. It's like a white van. They're called transits. So we get in a transit, and if picking us up on the edge of town where no one could see us wasn't sketchy enough, He then starts driving through like things that aren't roads to get us out of town without being spotted. So there are a lot of transportation laws in Morocco that I discovered in the story I'm about to tell you, and I still don't quite understand them, but just know there's laws, and there's certain types of transportation you can only take on certain days to certain places, I guess, but that'll become more clear. So he takes us from Demenat to the falls. His name is Mohammed. We love Mohammed, he's a pretty cool guy. So Mohammed gives us his number and says, hey, when y'all are done camping, give me a call, I'll come get you and take you back. I'm like, great, easy. This guy isn't quadrupling the price, he's giving it to his fare, he's taking us, he's super fun, he has good music, we like Mohammed. We're gonna definitely call him when we wanna come back. So we camp for a few days, we have my birthday out there, super fun, great time. So now we're ready to head back, so what do? We call Mohammed, who is our Sahabi. Perfect. Mohammed is our Sahabi, he's my Sahabi. So we get in the van, and Mohammed's like, you know what? I'm gonna take y'all straight to Sidi Rahal. Like, Mohammed's getting cooler and cooler every minute, right? So we're on the road. What we didn't know is we had been spotted by some taxi drivers, right? So Mohammed's cutting in to their bread and butter. So these taxi drivers are not happy because these transies ain't supposed to be running on their routes, okay? So the taxi driver is super sneaky. They follow us, we don't know they're following us, but we're on the road and they wait until we are clear in the middle of nowhere and they run us off the road. Seriously, these two taxi drivers team up and we're like in the car, like we're singing, we're laughing, we're having a great time. And all of a sudden we see these cars like pushing us off the road and we're like, what's happening, what's happening, what's happening? Mohammed pulls over, he's like, okay, fuck. So he gets out the car. Next thing you know, these three Moroccan men are in the middle of the street yelling at each other, like screaming, yelling at each other. And our Moroccan friend's like, oh shit, we're gonna help, we're gonna handle this. So they jump out, and all of us volunteers are in the window, like looking around, trying to catch up, like pick up little words to figure out what is happening. We hear words like gendarme, police. We hear words like my route, you know, these different things. So we're like, oh shit, we're doing something illegal. So next thing you know, a whole troop of policemen have come out, and they're also there in the road. There's all these gendarmerie guys. Everyone's yelling, lots of anger, lots of aggression. It's August in Morocco. It's hot. Y'all, we were stranded. So we get out of the van, the transit. We get out of the transit. Our Moroccan friends come back and be like, y'all, we gotta go. We can't take the transit. We can't take the transit. So we get we're talking like hiking backpacks, guitars, all kinds of shit. We're throwing on our backs, and we're like, the taxi drivers, so there's 12 of us, you can fit 6 people in a taxi, right? Perfect number. They're opening the doors like, come on in, with their quadruple price. And you know what we said to them? La. I ain't getting in your taxi, la. And we kept telling the police, Mohammed's our friend, who is Sahabi, he's our friend. But you know what? The gendarme were like, no, because apparently the loophole of the law, if they're your friend, it's not illegal, right? So we kept telling the police, Mohammed is our friend. They weren't buying it. So we look at our Moroccan friends like, what do? We don't want to ride with these asshole taxi guys, but the police won't let us get back in the transit. And our Moroccan friends said, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna walk. And the gendarme will cave. I'm like, okay, fine. So we're exhilarated. The taxi drivers keep beckoning us to get in. We keep saying, la, aka, fuck you. No, we're not gonna do it. So we just keep walking, and we're excited. We're singing, we're high-fiving. We feel empowered. There's an energy of us walking and saying no to the gendarme, saying no to the man. We're not gonna listen to you. We're super stoked. But then we keep walking, and then we keep walking, and we start looking at our Moroccan friends like, hey, Sam, are you sure this is gonna work? I said, oh, it's gonna work. Okay, fine. So we keep walking, and we look at it again, we're like, are you sure this is gonna work? Yeah, it's gonna work. All right. So then one of those taxi drivers comes driving up, one of the asshole taxi drivers, and he hangs out the window and says, okay, enough. We get it, come on, get in the car. And we look at him, and what do we say? La! We're not getting in your car, dude! And he keeps trying, and we all look at him like, no. We stick our noses up in the air, we're marching, we are dedicated. At this point, there's no going back. We're not caving to these assholes. So we keep walking. So we have a second surge of energy here. We're like, yeah, fuck them taxi drivers. We keep walking. And then again, we start to realize we don't know where the next village is. We don't know how long it's going to take us to get there. We also, at this point, is it better to turn back? I mean, they did wait quite a while to make sure we were pretty far out before they ran us off the road because we're assholes. But, is it better to walk back or forward? We really don't know anymore. And there's 12 of us, right? So at this point, our option is to hitchhike. And hopefully, maybe one taxi with one extra seat will come by, and we'll have to, one by one, make our way to the next village and wait for each other there to rendezvous back to my village. Not ideal. So finally, though, guys, like the miracle, Muhammad comes. We hear honking, we turn back, and it's Muhammad, and he's pulling up in his transit, and he opens the door. John Dog said I can take you! And we all get in the car. It was so exciting. So what happened was this. The gendarme realized 10 Americans out stranded in the middle of nowhere. If anything happens to them, when Muhammad, who is our Sahabi, when they said he couldn't take us anymore, whose fault's that going to be? The gendarme. And who is the Moroccan government going to come knocking down when we get abducted by aliens? The gendarmes. So they finally let Muhammad come get us because we were persistent and because we said la to the assholes, and we got home front door delivery yet again. Twice. In both, so the stranded situations ended in this miracle, and that was the best birthday I ever had. Thanks.